very good afternoon from the Perth Hockey Stadium at Curtin University. It is a beautiful day. The sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky, and there's a light breeze. It's a cool breeze, but it's perfect conditions for the two teams going head-to-head today, which is Curtin University against Melville City. Melville City currently sitting top of the ladder, and they'll want another victory today just to make sure they can sustain that pressure at the top for the rest of the season. They've played 18, and there's not too many games left. And then we have Curtin sitting in 10th place. So this will be a real test for them today if they can sustain the pressure that will be applied by Melville. These two teams did draw 2-2 in round 2, but it's a very different situation for both teams now coming towards the end of the season. As we turn our attention to the team lineup, some players to look out for. Certainly for Curtin are Alexander and Tim Adoyne, the two brothers from England. Adoyne is dangerous from penalty corners. That's Alex, number 13. Another player to look out for, I think, is Mark Taylor, the goalkeeper for Curtin. He's had a brilliant season for them. He was a little bit unlucky last week, conceding 6 against North Coast Raiders, but I'm sure he'll be hoping to keep it much tighter today if he can. If we turn our attention to Melville City, well, again, you've got to look out for the Gears brothers playing in their side. Sam Gears wearing number 15, captain Tim Gears wearing number 3. Another young player with a great prospect is Justin Shonken wearing number 14, and you must watch out for their penalty corner exponent, number 25, James Day, hails from Canberra, and he is currently the leading scorer for them with 14 goals, all from penalty corners, so he will be a dangerous player to look out for. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to bringing you all the action. And just would like to acknowledge the sponsors making it possible, which is FMG, the new force in iron ore, Ausdrill bringing more to mining, Danks Furniture, proudly Western Australian, Tiger Turf, 3 different systems, unfilled, dressed and filled, and of course Kookaburra, hockey's #1 partnership. Thank them for their support and making the live stream of the games from Western Australia possible throughout last season and this season, and of course we will be bringing you all of the finals games for both the men and the women's competitions. Both teams now in position. Curtin University in the orange and Melville City in the maroon. Melville will be hoping they can record a big victory today. Currently sitting 4 points clear of Hale in second place, but you've just got to keep your winning up as the season reaches its conclusion. Momentum going into the finals. You can just hear the breeze in our effects microphone. It is a little bit windy here. So free hit to Curtin. Maverick Yao back in the starting lineup this week. Of course, Curtin are without Nick Budgeon, their player coach. He's headed back to the Netherlands, so minus his experience, it'll be interesting to see how they perform. That's been missed, and the question is, will it be kept in place? Sam Gears giving it chase, so nearly did, and almost did himself a mischief running into the fence, but glad he didn't. So both teams, again, looking as if they're prepared to go on the attack. As mentioned, Curtin last week, a 12-goal thriller. And most of that match they were trailing against North Coast Raiders, the bottom side, who picked up their first point in a 6-all draw. Just inside the circle now for Melville. The reverse stick pass didn't come off. It's still alive on the edge of the circle. Curtin trying to play their way out, and it just ran over the stick of Alex Adoyne, so it'll be Melville from the side. Comes out wide to the left-hand side. Dylan Forbes plays it straight back into the defensive line, and the experienced Ross Hall. Good tackle, sees possession back with Curtin. That was good work being done by Dane Angwin. And Adoyne now looking up as he lays the ball infield. There's not a great deal on, unfortunately, for Jordan Edmonds. And it goes harmlessly over the baseline. again. Oh, that's a lovely pass. And advancing towards the circle. Played square across the top, but nobody there. Everybody just pushed a little bit further forward. Jordan Edmonds in stealing possession, but the decision going against him. Should just mention our umpires for this match as well, Daniel Johnston and Matthew Claxton. That one just goes too far away from Matt Willis and out of play. So Curtin playing forward, Tim Adoyne gets the free hit, not happy, wanted to play on as he'd beaten his man and had accelerated into space, and there's a mistake at the back. And it's going to be penalised is Joe Welsh. So a chance for Melville if they take it quickly. Accelerate towards the deep. Ball laid back. That was well intercepted. Brilliantly read defensively. I think it was Bilney who intercepted that one. So back again with Ross Hall feeding it through to Tim Gears. Using the width well, but just running away from Kyle Potter. Bilney now over the ball after that great tackle. Flick of the wrists, but didn't really get the height or the length, but it's been intercepted by Angwin now. Angwin closed down very quickly there by Welsh. Still kept possession. Adoyne turning, taken away from him. He thought it was a free hit, but Ross Hall plays on. Melville, a little bit of space now in the midfield. Ball comes wide to Dylan Forbes. Goes back infield to Gears. Thrown long. And brought down well. Trying to turn infield now is Ryan Hyder. He's dispossessed though, and Maverick Yao carries the ball forward for Curtin. Yao saw a little bit of space, managed to get through it. That's a brilliant tackle though defensively. Coming that time from James Day. One back though, brilliantly by Tim Adoyne. So almost 5 minutes gone. No shots at either goal as yet. It's been a real tussle in the middle of the park. Both teams really fighting it out between the two 23-metre lines. A couple of forays into the circle, but no shots fired in anger as yet. It's another good pass from Ross Hall, managing to pick out Hyder, but he couldn't keep it in play. Just those passes not finding their men in the forward line for Curtin, and rare mistake there from Gears, just pushing the ball into space where no Melville players were. If you look at the goal scoring stats, Melville have scored double the amount of goals that Curtin have scored. There's a mistake there, and a chance now as Frank Reynolds shoots and just past the right-hand post of Taylor. And the ball played on the angle. Trying to get on the end of that was Tim Adoyne, but it was too far ahead of him. James Day to halfway, just a little scoop over the top, manages to play it into the path of Tim Gears. Gears collides, hits the turf, and Maverick Yao. Day again. Good sway of the hips from him. Plenty of pace on that, and the bounce was difficult for Matt Willis. It's good to see so many supporters for Melville here. They're all wearing their maroon caps and tops down below us. It's always good when you see a team well supported and turning out for each other. Of course, when teams are top of the league, you tend to see a few more people turn up. Good intercept again, that time from Hyder. I was mentioning Melville have scored double the amount of goals that Curtin have got. Curtin have scored 32, Melville 64, and Melville conceded 30 in their 18 games as opposed to Curtin's 59. So again, almost a double amount of goals conceded compared to the team that's top of the ladder. Tim Gears plays infield, manages to pick out the runner Wesley Stewart. Stewart takes a tumble. There will be a free hit. There'll also be a card. That's a green card, first one of the match. So Curtin down to 10. And as he runs off, oh, that was silly. Now got a yellow card, 5 minutes. So Joe Welsh saying something to the umpire as he ran off. And his team certainly don't need that at the halfway point of the first quarter. Just indiscipline. I'm sure if Nick Budgeon was here, he would not tolerate that at all. Saw a wonderful piece of coaching from him last week when one of his players looked to have claimed a goal when he didn't get a touch, and Tim Budgeon asked him if he touched it. He said, we don't want that sort of behaviour. You don't claim unless you do get a touch, and that's what the spirit of the game is all about. Nick Budgeon doing a great job. A chance now for McDougall. McDougall tries to play a short pass into the circle. It's laid back to the P spot, comes for Reynolds. Reynolds tries to create some space. Lovely touch from Angwin, took it away from Reynolds. He's got it back though. Reynolds still keeping it alive, and eventually it's swept over the side again by Dane Angwin. Angwin, who followed Frank Reynolds around the parabola of the circle. Ross Hall pushes it wide onto the left-hand side. Wesley Stewart. And another free hit given to Melville just outside the circle. So we can hear down below Craig Wilson barking orders, coach of Melville. He was appointed 2018 and so built the team last year and has now got them in the position where they are top of the ladder looking for that premiership. Great bit of skill, and we got the first penalty corner of the match. And Melville with James Day could be very dangerous from this position. As I mentioned, Day with 14 penalty corners so far this season. So making his way to the baseline to inject is Stewart. Matt Willis at the second battery, James Day at the first. So it goes to Day. And Day, what a flick that was, mid-height, but plenty of pace, and there was absolutely nothing Mark Taylor could do. And James Day gets his 15th goal of the season. And more importantly, Melville take the lead. Day just too fast. And of course that extra man, you just wonder whether that makes a big difference still to Curtin. Maverick Yao wins the free hit. And unfortunately, just trying to play that down the line. It didn't come off his stick the way he intended. So Day, such a dangerous weapon. Played for Old Canberrians when he was in Canberra. Won the Brophy medal in 2014, which is for the fairest and best in Tasmania. And he was also the outstanding under-21s player in the same year, so that's quite an achievement to win both those titles at the same time, but it shows you the talent that James Day has. Ball comes to him now. Down the line it goes. It was a fairly wild swing of a tackle. I think it was Luke Checker trying to. It was indeed. It's more the aerial pass brought down with ease. And now we got Gears, a little bit of space. Miscontrol by him, don't see that too often. Day eyeing up the options, finds Gears just inside, reverse stick shot, Taylor saves. Well, in fact, he didn't need to, it went in the side netting. Just to his left-hand side, but he had his near post covered. Angle where we were at it, just looked as if he might have just guided that over the baseline, but Matthew Claxton ideally placed. Maverick Yao again. Played that one into the feet of Justin Schonken. Day read that one well, using his reach, one hand on the stick, goes onto the reverse. Oh, lovely little tap pass infield going to Patrick Welsh. Welsh to the baseline, across the face of goal. It was flicked across by Matt Willis, but lifted too high and deemed dangerous, so it'll be free out to Curtin. Good pressure applied by Justin McDougall. Justin McDougall, who it's been said of him at Melville that he's a leader by action rather than by his voice, so one takes that to mean he's a fairly quiet guy on the pitch. Willis now breaking forward, looks to find McDougall. McDougall inside the circle, looks to play it square, but unfortunately that caught the foot of Justin Schonken. Alex Adoyne pulls away from two Melville players and then tries to play a tricky pass, which was well read by Wes Stewart. In my estimations, they should be back to 11 fairly soon. That's Curtin. So the free hit going Curtin's way, just on halfway, as we're into the final minute and a half of the first quarter. Good pass, picking out Dane Angwin, wearing the captain's armband today. Takes a tumble, just leaned in the back of by Patrick Welsh. Good pass by him, but an even better tackle by Day. That was superb, taking it away from Jordan Edmonds. Maverick Yao screaming for the ball was Alex Adoyne, who he's one of those players, he likes to be on the ball, he likes to demand possession, and has been a really good pivotal player for Curtin. Maverick Yao looking to feed that to the top of the circuit, was well read again by Day, who just deflected it away. Now carried forward by Tim Gears. Gears feeds it out to Matt Willis. Willis looking up as he plays it square, back to Gears, and well, it was into Gears' foot and not the defender, so no penalty corner. Curtin played out quickly as we're into the final minute of the first quarter. Edmonds, though, nowhere to go for him. And it just goes over the side. It went Edmonds' way and blocked by Dylan Forbes' stick. Now Adoyne plays it wide. Trying to cut infield from the left-hand side was Adam Piggott. And Day plays it square in the back line just to ease the pressure. Good pass to Forbes in the midfield. And that is the end of the first quarter. It's been lively, and we've seen a yellow card for 5 minutes issued to Curtin, but more importantly, we've seen one penalty corner converted brilliantly by James Day for Melville, which means that going into the first break, it's Curtin University 0, Melville City 1. Both teams still in their huddle down below us. Alex Adoyne doing a lot of the talking in the Curtin huddle. And just the coach there at Craig Wilson just coming out, wanting, I think, a little bit of clarification from the umpire, Daniel Johnson. Craig Wilson, of course, has been involved with the state under-21s. They won a silver medal in 2014 when he was involved with that. And he also led Victoria Park to the premiership in 2012. So he has the pedigree to take Melville all the way. The question will be whether he can do it in 2019. Curtin about to get the second quarter underway, but they got an extra player on there. Luckily, the umpires were alert, and they've reduced that down to proper numbers now. Maverick Yao dispossessed, but the ball ricocheting up into the body of Sam Gears. So can Curtin come back? As I mentioned, they came back several times. I think they only had the lead once last week against North Coast Raiders, so 5 times in that game they were down, and they managed to find a goal from somewhere. But saying that, North Coast Raiders were the team below them on the ladder, whereas Melville are 9 places above them, sitting top of the ladder. So it's a very different prospect. Good defensive play coming back that time by Corey Lutz. Just held up the attack, and now Curtin scrambling a little bit at the back. Good defensive work coming across once more from Rowan Bilney. Bilney, another tall, rangy figure in the defence for Curtin. Sometimes people say being tall is not an advantage in field hockey, unless, of course, you are a drag flicker. Dylan Forbes intercepted, edge of the circle, played forward to Edmonds. Edmonds closed down immediately, but illegally by Forbes. Breaking forward now is Corey Lutz. Lutz just pushed over the side, it is, by Trent Potter. Trent Potter, who was with Fremantle before he joined Melville City. Edmonds plays it in from the side. Looking to crack that one into the circle is Patrick Lowther. Lowther's got the free hit. He's going to leave it behind for Maverick Yao. Yao self-passes, runs towards the deep, gets a free hit as he's saying the defender wasn't the required distance. I tend to agree with him. Sam Gears getting away with that, but it went into his shin, so deflected this time away from the circle, picked up by Willis. Willis advancing towards halfway, but forced wide. Good defence that time coming from Tom Beard. Tom Beard, whose sister Blair will be playing in the next match when we see the Women's Premier Grade in action. And that will be live streamed as well. So if you're watching this, please stay with us. We'd love your company. Trent Potter now into the corner. Played that one into the shins of Bilney. So it'll be a free hit to Melville. Just being reminded that he must be 5 metres. That's another good intercept from Lowther. Lowther's played on quickly. Plays the square pass to Jordan Edmonds. Looks to run ahead. Edmonds faced with 3 Melville players. And in the end, the best he could do is find the foot of Wes Stewart. Maverick Yao. And that was intercepted rather easily by Justin Shonken. Patrick Welsh eventually getting it under control. Pushes it out wide to the baseline, looking to lay that back, stepping out. Good defence again from Curtin, but they've not cleared the danger. It's back with Wes Stewart, looks to push it wide onto the left to Willis, but it was well read and well intercepted and carried out of defence in the end by Christian Nettleton. Nettleton helping it down the line again and just taken away from Tom Baxter and over the side, but Baxter will have the free hit. In fact, he's going to leave it behind for Lowther. Lowther in turn, in fact, is going to leave it behind for Nettleton. Bilney plays it square to Maverick Yao. Adoyne back to Bilney. on his shape for the square pass, and Nettleton helps it down the line. Coming back to steal it back and can't just keep it in play was Corey Lutz. It's unfortunate, it was a good idea by him. As we just hear the wind just pick up momentarily once more. Comes wide to Trent Potter again. Down the line he goes, searching for Willis, but well read by Nettleton. Infield he goes, Angwin having to stretch to keep that under control, and then has to battle hard as he was closed down by Hyder. That deflection harmlessly out of play off the stick of Tom Baxter. James Day just a flick of the wrists and throws the ball into the air and forward, and it's brought down well by Wes Stewart. Infield it goes this time to Kyle Potter. So two lots of brothers playing for Melville, the Potters and the Gears. Should just say that Trent Potter says that he is the better of the two brothers. I'm sure that Kyle won't agree with that statement. And it's a free hit to Curtin. So at the moment they're hanging in. They've not had too much pressure. They managed to keep Melville at bay when they've got close to the circle or even just inside. They just really would love a goal before the half-time break. Just those misdirected passes, almost trying to bypass the midfield. Frank Reynolds, good pass by him, picking out Ross Hall. Hall again, good pass from him. Top of the circle, that's a brilliant tackle by Dane Angwin, just taking it away from Kyle Potter. And fighting to try and get on the end of that and get it inside the circle with Shonken. Reynolds deflects it into the circle, shot on the reverse, and that's lifted up into the face. So it was Hyder with the shot, deflected up off the stick of Joe Welsh into his own face, and penalty corner has been awarded to Curtin. Oh, sorry, to Melville. Second one for them of the match. So that was a painful blow. Well, they got 1 from 1 so far in this match. James Day still there, so too alongside him Matt Willis. Matt Willis has 8 goals so far this season. And they go to Day again. He goes the same side. It came off Taylor and the postman Maverick Yao. It's gone in. It is a second goal to James Day. 2 penalty corners, 2 goals, and it is now Curtin University 0, Melville City 2. So that'll be a little bit disappointing for Curtin because the goalkeeper got a fair touch on that. Maverick Yao was the postman. He would have seen it extremely late. He did get a little bit of stick on it, but not enough to keep it out, and it just bobbled over the line. Making a good run through the middle was Lowther, but great defensive work being done by Ryan Hyder. And Hyder, in the end, penalised. Ryan Hyder, who was born in Bunbury, just 2 hours south of Perth. Used to play for the Southwest Strikers and also for Associates in Bunbury. All played wide now. Chance across the face of goal. It was a good ball across the face of goal from Patrick Welsh, but nobody was there for Melville City. So Bill Neat comes across now to take the free hit from the side. He flicks it high. It's going to go over the head of Day, but it'll bounce harmlessly out of play over the baseline. It's fair to say, I don't think Nicholas McCorn has had a single touch yet in goal for Melville in this match. Just 22-year-old. Also comes from the southwest of Western Australia, if you don't count the fact that he was born in New Zealand, but certainly grew up in the southwest. So Angwin getting a little deflection as the ball was played in the air, managed to be brought down well by Luke Checker. And it's given away again in the midfield, and Frank Reynolds, well, that was just a body check from Maverick Yao. Yao is playing the ball, but it was clearly a free hit to Melville. Ball comes out wide now to Sam Gears. Gears, well, he thought he'd gone past Edmonds. Brilliant tackle, Jordan Edmonds, and that was a cheeky little ball from Adoyne, looking to play it into the path of Edmonds once more, and just found the foot of Wes Stewart. Adoyne, just very deft handwork on his stick. Edmonds again just trying to play it straight through the man rather than take the ball around him. Sam Gears, good pass again from him. Comes back to him once more. Now a little bit of width given. Top of the circle, fighting to get in there. Taking a tumble, but the free hit will go the way of Curtin. Carl Potter not able to find a way through a resolute defence from Curtin. Flicked high, it just took a little touch off Justin McDougall, and Angwin has managed to steal it back somehow. It's very crowded for Curtin as they're trying to play out of defence, and Melville with a high press. Alex Adoyne, good stick work again from him as he tries to weave his way out of trouble, but he's penalised. Not sure if that was back stick. I think that's what the umpire signalled down below, or maybe just shielding the ball with his stick. Tim Gears now, captain for Melville. He's been captain since 2016, Tim Gears, where they lost the grand final to Wasps when, of course, Tristan Clemens, their goalkeeper at the time, was unavailable because he was getting married. As here they come across the face of goal. Taylor's hit the turf, and in the end it's cleaned up at the back brilliantly by Tim Adoyne. I was just talking about that 2016 grand final, and I know Tim Gears has said he wants a second chance, and maybe 2019 maybe his chance. Whether it'll be against Wasps, that's again to be seen. They're not quite in the mix at the moment, but they're knocking on the door. Alex Adoyne carries it forward again for Curtin, looking for a consolation before half-time. Sliding in, trying to get there was Tom Beard, but the ball never reached him. Free hit has gone the way and played on really quickly. Justin Shonkin showing great awareness. He just played on when everyone else was complaining, and eventually drew another foul. As maybe just the frustration of the decision going against Curtin boiling through. Tim Gears pushes the ball out wide now onto the right-hand side. Can Melville find another goal before half-time? It's angled across the face of the goal, but it goes out of play. And we've got 3 minutes left in this first half. Once again, just like to thank the sponsors, FMG, Ausdrill, Danks Furniture, Kookaburra and Tiger Turf. Good read again from Patrick Welsh as that was trying to be deflected, passing by Tom Beard. Into the circle it goes, swept, and it is going to be a goal. I think Trent Potter got the final touch, and he's getting the congratulations. It was plenty of pace as it was played in front of the goalkeeper, but Potter was there just to deflect it up and past Mark Taylor. And so that means it is Curtin University 0, Melville City 3. Melville now with that goal will just breathe a little bit easier. 3-0 at half-time. Just puts them in a really nice position. Bilney trying to combine with Alex Adoyne. Lowther didn't get that under control, and so now turning away as Tim Gears uses the right-hand side of the pitch once more. It was a good ball in from Kyle Potter initially for that last goal. It's not going to come to Kyle Potter this time. It's going to be a free hit, though, after good work by Shonkin again, just outside the circle. Surely they can't get another goal just before the break. Shonkin has just been penalised for lifting it too high from that close range into the circle, just above the knee. It sort of caught the hip of the Curtin defender. So once again, just transferring the ball out of defence into attack. Curtin just not finding their men and giving possession straight back. James Day, 2 goals to his name in the first half, taking his tally for the season now to 16. He was 4th on the pecking order in terms of the most goals in the competition. So that will just pull him a little bit higher up the ladder today, although I'm sure he's not playing for personal accolades. Trent Potter's goal, his 2nd of the season. Last 30 seconds of the first half. Day giving chase, wanting to keep it alive. He does so across the face of goal. Taylor kicks it clear. Well, it looked as if it was going to run out of play, but those long reach of James Day kept it in play, and he got it across the face of goal. Jordan Edmonds collects and feeds it to Adoyne, who glances up at the clock and just plays a short pass back to Edmonds, and will now keep possession just to run the clock down until the halftime break. And he knows that that is time up as the hooter goes. And it is indeed half-time here in this match between Curtin University and Melville City. But it's been a good first half with 2 goals for James Day, 1 for Trent Potter. And so we go into the half-time break, and it is Curtin University 0, Melville City Hockey Club 3. Players making their way out for the second half of this match between Curtin University and Melville City Hockey Club. Melville, top of the league at the moment, in a really good position, leading by 3-0. The big question is, can Curtin find a way back? At the present time, they've just been struggling, just getting the ball, the connections between their defence, midfield and attack. And certainly we could see down below us at halftime, Alex Adoyne having plenty to say to the players around him. Well, the whistle goes. I think we're still waiting for Melville's goalkeeper, Nick McCorn, to be ready. He's just dumped his gear at the top of the circle. He's now got his kit behind the goal. Well, players should just get on with it. But it's, of course, Melville who've got the start for the second half. The whistle has gone again. James Day, the goal scorer, 2 goals to him. And I'm sure they will look to go on with it. Great ball again as Shonkin lifts it up into the circle. Brilliant defence from Maverick Yao, and he's saying that he should have got a free hit. Shonkin unable to keep that in play, and Maverick Yao still continuing his conversation with the umpire, although the umpire wasn't listening to a word he was saying. Possession again, just given away too easily. A little bit of space now for Trent Potter. And Potter plays it into the stick, and it goes up off Tom Baxter into his own body. So free hit to Melville. Good show by Willis, just coming away from the circle to receive. Yao had his hand in the back, but good defence again. Dane Angwin helping out. He's done really well. Some really brilliantly timed tackles from Dane Angwin in this match. Is carried forward this time by Jordan Edmonds. Edmonds having to try and do it all on his own. A little bit of support in the end from Alex Adoyne, who self-passes. And Adoyne, great stick work shown by him again. Looking to feed it to Edmonds, top of the circle. Good tackle going in, though. Just taking the ball away, and now it's time to defend. James Day combining well with Kyle Potter. Now we see it's Tim Gears again. Trent Potter. Down the line he goes. That was great awareness by him to pick out Sam Gears. Sam Gears, though, dispossessed, gets the ball back and gives Bilney a merry dance. Bilney slow to turn. He's not so fast on the feet when you're that tall. And he's conceded another penalty corner. And this is real danger for Melville. For Curtin, because Melville have scored 2 from 2. And can James Day make it 3 from 3? They're going into a huddle, but I'm sure James Day is just saying, look, give it to me, I'll do it again. So making his way down to inject this time is Patrick Welsh. Doing the stopping, Justin Shonkin and Kyle Potter. As we've got Tim Gears loitering. James Day at the first batch. It goes to him again. He flicks it straight into the first runner. It's going to break, though, kindly at the moment for Kyle Potter. Potter, good pass from him. Inside the circle, across the face of goal. Taylor flicked it out, and it was cleared in the end by a good clearance by Bilney. He'll be relieved, having conceded the penalty corner, that they survived that one and didn't concede. Edmonds again, it just ricochets up and he gives possession away. Kyle Potter advances, looks to play it square, across the face of goal, and it's going to be a goal. Well, that was a great finish in the end by Matt Willis, but it was really good work as it was played in by Sam Gears. So that is a 4th goal now for Melville. Willis able to just tap that one in, so it was good work initially, Kyle Potter. And then squared by Sam Gears for the easiest of finishes for Matt Willis. So now you wonder, is it too big a mountain for Curtin to come back as Willis collects the ball again? Plenty of space allowed to turn. Slips the ball again to the man, Sam Gears, who supplied him with that pinpoint pass. Alex Adoyne just trying to, oh, well, that should be a free hit to Curtin. Tim Adoyne impeded. And of course then that means everybody from Melville can get behind the ball. Through the middle that was played, and you could see what they were trying to do. Joe Welsh looking for the run up front coming from Luke Checker. But just too much pace on the pass, and it ran harmlessly out of play. Willis again now for Melville. He's full of running today. Good block, edge of the circle. It's a very tricky ball to play back there to Joe Welsh. And in the end, lovely turn again from Alex Adoyne, and just swept away from his stick by Tim Gears and over the side. Credit to Joe Welsh, actually, because it was a horrible pass back. And you could hear someone in the crowd just shouting no as the pass was made to him. Going to play that forward, but again, it was a good lead from Luke Checker, but there was no one behind him, and the ball took a touch. Just had a magpie swoop down. I thought it was going to actually fly into us for a second there. Brought down by Nettleton. And just a rather heavy touch that time from Welsh. Just showed enough of the ball for Melville to steal it back. Tricky pass to bring under control, but great skill being shown there by Wes Stewart. And Stewart's pass is a good one to Frank Reynolds. Into the circle it goes, and not brought under control. It's going to be a tussle to bring it out of defence. Tim Adoyne is the man who comes up with the ball, feeds it to Jordan Edmonds. Edmonds goes to Alex Adoyne, gets the return pass. Really good interplay between them. Now it's Tim Adoyne carrying it forward, and that's got too much on it. It was a right idea, but just too much pace. And asking such a lot of Adam Piggott to keep that in play. It's a shame because it was a good build-up involving Edmonds and both Adoyne brothers. This time it is a pass from Melville that goes harmlessly out of play. And we've just got time off. Time back on. Not quite sure what the issue was there. Again, Edmonds involved, but he just couldn't keep that one in play. Jordan Edmonds, who hails from Northam, about an hour east of Perth in the wheat belt, and a scuffed shot just in front of goal, really, by Justin McDougall, and he'll be frustrated getting out on the score sheet with that one. But it was rather messy defensively, and I think he was surprised the ball came to him. Tim Gears keeping it alive, goes back into defensive line, Ross Hall. And then Day sweeping it forward. Good control by Reynolds out wide. Reynolds now trying to weave his way into the circle. It's broken for Melville. And eventually the free hit goes their way. Everybody stopped as Justin McDougall advanced towards goal from the Curtin defence. I think they felt there was either a foot or certainly that there was an infringement, because every single player in orange stopped. Piggott plays it infield. Lowther, a little bit of space created. He managed to pull away and squares it out onto the right-hand side to Alex Adoyne. Adoyne cuts infield. Again, good stick work by him. He's lifted that one up. It's brought down brilliantly by Piggott inside the circle, but he used so much effort. He was off balance and then couldn't get it under control. That was unfortunate. Good skills by Piggott to bring it under control when no one gave him a chance, as Reynolds now breaks forward for Melville. Pushes the ball wide to Gears. Gears scanning what's available. Goes back to McDougall, top of the circle, and there is another goal. Justin McDougall, he had 2 chances come his way recently, and he was not going to make a mistake that time when a third opportunity came his way. And he finished that well, but he was well picked out by Tim Gears. And so that is now Curtin University 0, Melville City 5. there's any way back now for Curtin, but there might be a few consolation goals if they can just get those passes to stick. Watched all the way as it was thrown forward. Bilney again getting the free hit. Nettleton now over the ball. Bilney will be closed down by Matt Willis, but he gets his pass away. Again, just showing too much of the ball in the midfield that time, Tom Beard. That's a good pass out wide, picking out the run of Wes Stewart. And that will run all the way through to James Day, who plays it back down the middle. Turn from Willis. Willis impeded. Free hit to Melville. Patrick Welsh was over the ball, but in the end decides to leave it. Now they're getting a touch as the ball was played for by Ross Hall. And unfortunately, that was not a bad pass because Corey Lutz looked as if he was going to run in that space, but just checked his run split second before the pass was made. Corey Lutz, who again is from the southwest, hails from Wagent, went to Narrogin Senior High School. Certainly the southwest of Western Australia, the country areas like are so prevalent for hockey around the country. New South Wales, again, if you look, a lot of the players making it to the top level coming from the country areas. And it's exactly the same in Western Australia. Stewart from the side, just playing that one ahead of Luke Checker. James Day happy to take Checker on. Day, one hand on the stick, favouring that. He's got such a long reach. Played it forward over the side. It goes off Adam Piggott. Over the side it goes this time. Kyle Potter though. Another free hit just outside Patrick Welsh. Welsh self passes. Of course, the ball must go 5 meters. He was blocked by Maverick Yao. And that probably just went the 5 meters as it was played in that time by Kyle Potter. Adoyne composed enough to dribble it out of his own circle, and that is great play, great confidence shown, and lovely turn as well from Lowther. Lowther drawing the foul in the end from Willis. And you got Melville complaining. That's a super pass as well. Piggott's got space, needs to get the shot in. It's saved. The first save McCorner's had to make. It was hit straight to his left pad and no one was really following in. Checker was there, but the rebound and the save going straight down the middle of the circle. And that's a beautiful overhead pass thrown. Taylor's come a long way. Trying to turn the keeper, has done well. Taylor recovers well to deny Shonkin. Shonkin still keeping the ball, and Whistler's gone. I thought it was a penalty corner. Or is it a long corner being awarded? I think it must be a long corner. I think the ball must have just gone over the baseline when Taylor made that initial save, and Shonkin tried to keep it alive. Well, anyway, whatever it is, the ball has been given back to Melville, sportingly by Curtin. Gears plays it forward. Trent Potter looks to lay it back, and it's McDougall trying to shoot again, and it's just caught his foot that time. Justin McDougall, it's not his day really. He's had plenty of chances today. Played for the Australian under-16s indoor team many years ago as the ball breaks again for Gears. Gears trying to pull it back onto his reverse stick. Goes to the baseline, takes a deflection, and it was followed in. The shot came in from Shonkin, saved in a long corner. Approaching the final 2 minutes of this quarter. Willis over the ball, plays it in again. Angwin is there. And this time Angwin gets the decision again against McDougall. Shane Angwin has put in some great tackles today. And that ricochets up off the stick this time off Stewart. So decision going Curtin's way. Lowther over the ball. In the end decides to leave it, and Alex Adoyne will come forward and take that. Angwin is wide to his left-hand side. And that's just played again into space to nobody in particular. And unfortunately, there's a little bit of bickering now going on. Alex Adoyne having a go at his brother. I suppose if you are going to argue with a player, if it's your brother, it's somehow a little bit better than somebody else, because no doubt you've had many arguments over the years. Good anticipation. Kept in play by Nettleton. That's been given away again cheaply. Good tackle on the edge of the circle. That was from Tim Adoyne, so maybe he'll get some praise from his brother for that one. It was Bilney who lost the ball really and put them under pressure, but Tim Adoyne saving the day at the back. Lowther running straight into the body of Justin Shonkin. Alex Adoyne over the ball again, pushes it forward. Lowther plays it into space and having to accelerate forward and get that was Bilney. Bilney finds Angwin. For once, it doesn't actually stick to Angwin's stick, although he battles back and wins it back. He loses out this time to Day. Day feeds it to McDougall. McDougall down the line. It's a good pass, managing to pick out the run of Hyder. And Hyder's ball was almost superb, but just a little bit too far ahead of Justin Shonkin just as the hooter was about to go. That would have been the best time to score. Hooter goes. That is the end of the third quarter. And it's been a good one again for Melville City as they managed to get 2 more goals. Matt Willis scoring and also Justin McDougall, meaning that as we go into the final break, it is Curtin University 0, Melville City 5. Well, the players making their way out for the final 15 minutes of this match. And once again, we'd like to thank Kookaburra, Tiger Turf, Danks Furniture, Osdrill and FMG for their support of this live stream. And of course, as you saw in the short little commercials there, the Thundersticks memberships are available for Hockey 1, which is the new national championships. So Melville City push back, get us underway in this final 50 minutes. They're cruising at the moment at 5-0, top of the ladder. Takes their tally to 69 goals in this, their 19th match. That's not a bad return by anyone's standards. And I'm sure that their coach, Craig Wilson, will be hoping that they can make sure they get a clean sheet here. This stage of the season, it's all about not getting goals scored against you and just showing that you can keep teams at bay. Because when the games get tighter in the finals campaign, you want to know that your defence has confidence and knows how to shut out another team. Curtin, though, showing Plenty of fight at the moment. Alex Adoyne penalised. Matt Willis plays on quickly. Willis to the baseline, into the circle, lays it square, and somehow that went through Taylor's legs. Not sure he knew a great deal about it, but it will be a long corner to Melville. Played into space. Shonkin will collect that, keep it in play. Tries to spin and play it into the circle, and that was played into the foot. So Curtin defending well. They've got a little bit of space. Lowther got a difficult ball. Gears steals it off him. Gears then just denied going into the circle by Alex Adoyne. Really good tackle by him. And again, it's this time just a deflection as they play it out from Sam Gears. Steals it back and into the corner. I think it's Bilney over there. He's really being trouble, but he did very well in the end. It was actually Tim Adoyne, my apologies. Tim Adoyne doing very well in that corner under immense pressure. Oh, dear me. That was Bilney, and it's been gifted and pushed wide. Well, it looked as if it had to be a goal that time for Sam Gears. But credit to Mark Taylor, who advanced the minute the ball fell to Gears. Oh, I'm not so sure that went out of play. It's right below our commentary position. No complaints from Edmonds, but it certainly looked as if he just managed to keep that one in play. The ball now with Tom Baxter. Baxter loses out. It's all Melville at the moment. Every time Curtin looked to go forward. Good tackle. Well, no, it's penalised for that tackle. He's pleading with the umpire, Rowan Bilney, but the umpire is not going to change his mind. Tim Gears plays it square. Down the line it goes, this time from Forbes. Shonkin looking to lay it back. It's ricocheted across the face of goal. And Jordan Edmonds carries it out. Alex Adoyne and Edmonds, they've combined very well in this match, losing out that time to Trent Potter. Potter goes infield to Tim Gears. Takes a touch off Alex Adoyne, but it still makes its way through to Potter. Nettleton steals it off him. Alex Adoyne now. Good stick work once more as he cuts infield and manages to get the pass away. Now Curtin, this is a chance for them if they can break quickly and get numbers forward. Lowther making a good run through the middle, but that was not the best of passes. Played into the turf and then lifted up. Disappointing. Tom Beard's pass it was. It just needed to be absolutely perfect. Lowther had done well to run through the midfield. Again, Jordan Edmonds is penalised there. And he's now, I think, going to find himself on the side. Green card. Frank Reynolds, just a wry grin on his face, as he was the man that was impeded. Curtin down to 10 for 2 minutes. The last time they were down to 10, they conceded the opening goal of the match. That was a yellow card issued to Patrick Welsh. Nettleton now got nowhere to go, no options. Alex Adoyne too close to him to pass. Angwin does well, down it goes, and it's taken a touch off the Melville stick. I think it was the stick of Wes Stewart. Alex Adoyne, not many options as he played it infield. Frank Reynolds read it brilliantly. Reynolds solo goes to square it. It will break for Melville. Comes off Taylor. Reverse stick shot coming in there from Shonkin, but Taylor came out well. Got enough on it to deflect it wide. Long corner's been taken quickly. Played in, looking for the deflection into the foot of Angwin's foot. And lo and behold, it's a penalty corner for Melville. Their fourth of the match. They've only not scored from one of them, so they will look to try and score again. Remembering Curtin are down to 10 at the moment. James Day still out there. Matt Willis is at the second battery. Once more, we've got Tim Gears just hanging around. He's just moved over to the right-hand side. Shonkin stopping for Day. This time they do go to Willis. Willis Oh, he flicked wide of the left-hand post. It's not a bad height, but just the direction not there. And again, probably just trying Matt Willis and giving him a few attempts in this match. Now that was a good chase by him, but that will go out of play. Potter was just checking that Lowther wasn't going to chase too hard. He didn't want to exert too much energy. So we're into the final 10 minutes of this match. Checker being put under pressure, being forced backwards. Good work again coming from Justin McDougall. It's taken a deflection. It's come off, I think. Yeah, it was a Curtin stick, not a Melville stick. So the free hit down by the 23-metre line, played in. James Day with acres of space, feeds it to Potter. There's a good block coming in from Corey Lutz. Lutz gets the ball, plays it infield, looking for Lowther, but misdirected, and Tim Gears just flicks it long and high, brought down just outside the circle. And taken along the baseline before Tim Adoyne came across and just got a touch to that. Long corner conceded. Tim Gears, again, flicks it wide this time to Potter. He's never going to get that. That just had too much on it. Potter was waiting for an apology from the captain. Not sure he got one. Angwin. And it's great press from Melville again, not allowing them to come out. And in the end, though, the free hit goes Alex Adoyne's way. He's stolen a metre or so. Ross Hall was a little bit disappointed the decision didn't go his way. And that's a good bounce. And suddenly Tim Adoyne into space. It's just going to run away from him, although played over the side. So good pressure from Curtin. Can they get a consolation goal? Tim Adoyne. Pass was played in to Lowther, but lost out, and now's a chance for Gears to break forward. Breaking wide on the right-hand side and looking to feed his hider, but it was behind him. Angwin. Nettleton now. It'll be Curtin ball from the side. Probably needed to play on with that one, Tom Baxter, rather than leave it behind. It's just giving Melville the chance to get players back in defensive mode. Oh, there's a push, if ever there was. Tim Adoyne in a penalty corner. Clear push from Justin McDougall, and he is going to get a couple of minutes on the side. And he goes, who, me? I don't think there's any doubt. Most players sprint off, but McDougall still just taking his time, shaking his head, disagreeing. Of course, there isn't really, the clock has stopped anyway for the penalty corner. So Alex Adoyne waiting at the top of the circle now. Can he pull a consolation goal back? Angwin doing the stopping. Stopped well. And it is a goal for Curtin. Alex Adoyne delivers. And that is a good goal for them, at least, to get one back and show that they've got the spirit. So they'll be pleased to have at least got something out of this. Alex Adoyne, who... it's his fourth goal of the season. Brother just a little bit ahead with 5 at the moment. Chasing that one, but it's just got too much pace. And again, we see Alex Adoyne taking the 16 from probably about 20. And good to see the umpires hot on that, because we've seen that so much in international hockey now. Players stealing about 2 or 3 metres because of the self-pass rule. They're just putting it anywhere on a line close to the 23-metre line and then just playing on from there. Kind makes a bit of a mockery of it. Doyne accelerating onto that, plays it forward, and did that take a touch? I think it did just catch James Day, who's slow to his feet, and nice to see Doyne very quick to apologise. James Day, though, ready to get on with things. They build them tough in Canberra. So about to enter the final 5 minutes. Are there more goals in this match for Melville? Well, they'll be hoping they can do the double over Curtin. Next up is the game against the women. And that will also be brought to you by Kookaburra, Tiger Turf, Danks Furniture, and Ausdrill and FMG, our sponsors for all the live streams here in Western Australia. Lovely touch, but just ran away. Taylor off his line. Shonkin again, you feel, is lurking and maybe getting a... Well, I think he might get a goal before the end, Justin Shonkin. He just looks like he's there or thereabouts at the moment. Pressure being applied by Tom Baxter. And a free hit is being awarded. Baxter just going in a little bit late after the fact. Day now to Ross Hall. Infield he goes to Gears. Gears created some space with a really sharp turn, but his pass was easily read and dribbled out of defence by Adoyne. That's Tim Adoyne. Lowther, and he's just played it, unfortunately, behind Corey Lutz. So now they're going to have to rush and get back because there's a chance to counter-attack as Shonkin carries it forward. Shonkin beats one into the circle. Shonkin shoots. Up it goes off Taylor. Not dangerous. Nobody near enough for Melville to make that danger. So good umpiring again. So Taylor denying Shonkin. You just feel he's there or thereabouts. And with 3.5 minutes left, maybe time's running out for Justin Shonkin. And certainly a pass like that isn't going to help his cause because it gives possession back to Curtin. So Melville look as if they're going to maintain their position, top of the ladder. Oh, lovely turn inside the D, and the ball just played again behind Justin Shonkin. He was looking for that quick 1-2, and he played the ball, and it moved forward, but the ball was played square. Nettleton now trying to play out of the back, gets a free hit. Doyne is giving it away. He's giving it straight to Sam Gears. Sam Gears, reverse stick shot, puts it wide of the left-hand upright. Oh, there was a chance for another goal. So Nettleton, again, self-passes, plays it back. Bilney through the midfield, but Gears has let that one go up off his stick. Danger to Adam Piggott, and now's a chance for Alex Adoyne breaking forward. Looks to take on Day. Day hits the turf. Adoyne loses possession, though, to the retreating Kyle Potter. And here come Melville again. Matt Willis. He's got Gears to his right-hand side. Didn't need him. Beat Bilney with ease. Into the circle it goes. Touch was a good one. Taylor saved. Looking to chip it clear. Up in the air it goes and over the baseline when the shot came in the end from Sam Gears. Sam Gears has been there or thereabouts as well in this match, but has not been able to get the ball past Taylor as it comes wide now to Forbes. Forbes looking up as he advances forward. Decides that there's just too many orange shirts ahead of him. So he's going to go backwards and then reaching round was Edmonds. Edmonds, though, now is given a bit of space and Angwin comes across and over the side it goes. All rather ugly. Umpire quick to calm things down, but nothing malicious. And Angwin, and pleased to say, Dylan Forbes getting up with smiles on their faces. So now James Day brings it under control. Plays it wide onto the left-hand side. Stewart will try and get it into the circle. Looks to square it at the top of the circle. It comes all the way across to Forbes again. Forbes, good pass to Gears. Gears beats one into the circle, lays it back. It's going to break for Melville and just past the post that time from Patrick Welsh. Good passing around the circle as they look for that 6th goal. It's eluding them at the moment. Once more, possession given away so cheaply. Ross Hall advances, looks to play it square. This could be the chance. Good save again from Taylor. Nettleton helps him out, pushes it over the baseline. Well, could be an argument that that should be a penalty corner. It's not been given. So time really running out now. Need to get it into the circle. They've done that across the baseline, laid back. This could be the, oh, what a tackle. Angwin just taking that off the stick of Justin Shonkin as it was laid back perfectly into his path by Sam Gears. And the hooter goes, and there will be no more goals. But what a match, and some wonderful defending from Dane Angwin right at the end and throughout the match. But it is a victory in the end for Melville City, and they will remain top of the ladder. That takes them now to 45 points. As the final score here is Curtin University 1, Melville City 5.